Alright, cue the intro music.
God lives up in a boy, so you know that I shine. We all got dirty laundry, that's why I'm folding up mine. I gotta put the armor on because I know the design. He the one that's holding these pens, he the one that's molding these rhymes. For my mother, for my brother, for my sister, for my...
It's day 2 of week 2 of year 2 of medical school. So I'll update you guys a little bit later.
It was savvy without true leadership. Yeah, it's doomed to feel like Babylon. They talk behind my back and yeah, they Babylon. They the tourists.
Alright, so welcome to the vlog, everybody, whoever's listening. Figure it's probably a good time for me to give a little bit of an update. So, as I should have mentioned earlier in the vlog, the second day, second week, second year of med school. So, it's going fast. So just to give you guys a little bit of an update, probably talk as I walk a little bit too. We're on our neuropsych module. Basically what that means is like all things neurology and psychiatry. Basically all about the brain, which believe it or not is a crazy amount of information. But it's been fun so far. We have our first exam on, I believe, the 28th. Pretty much just kind of had to hit the ground running, get to studying. And it's been different. I think it's different than a lot of the other modules that we've done so far. But it's been pretty cool learning about, where do I even start? You know, just like even just the pathway that signals are traveling all the way up from the brain down to different parts of the body to be able to do certain functions. Don't feel like sitting and explaining that right now. Also, one thing I was thinking about is I do probably want to let you guys get a little bit of a better idea of, I guess, just some of the different things, more specific aspects of med school, particularly in terms of like the different resources that I use and how I go about studying my usual day. I feel like I want to show a little bit more of that in the vlogs, so expect to see something like that coming in the future, God willing. But yeah. I don't know if you can see the fatigue in my eyes. I'm tired. It's been a long day. Where do I even start? So basically just had neuro lectures for the day. Pretty much what we have, or at least the way they set it up for us in M2 year, is just like we have a bunch of like pre-recorded lectures that we're watching, stuff from like, just like lectures from like previous years and stuff like that. It's a little bit different from last year, maybe because we were just doing readings. Now it's a little bit more on top of that. So I pretty much made it my mission this week to go and like binge watch like all the old lectures, at least that we're responsible for our first neuro exam, which is in less than 2 weeks. But it's been going well. I mean, I finished it super tired, you know, it was like hours worth of watching old lectures, but I feel pretty good content-wise. I mean, we've just been doing neuroanatomy, basic neuroanatomy, structure of the brain, all these different parts of the brain function. So that's been pretty cool. Another thing, step 1 review. So that's of course just another part of studying that I gotta stay on top of. Just trying to prepare, so constantly doing stuff from like old modules and topics just to make sure that I'm reviewing those things. So right now I've been doing a little bit of review of particularly cardio, doing like 20 practice questions a day. Another thing I should mention is the importance of practice questions in med school. A couple resources that people usually use, just to give you guys a bit of an idea, if anyone is listening that's not really acquainted with that stuff. Typically, what you're doing is, the way practice questions look is they basically give you like a clinical case. So you'll get like a hypothetical scenario where it's like a 40-year-old male comes in with like crushing chest pain, nausea, all the signs of like an MI or a heart attack. And then they could be like, okay, what type of treatment, you know, would you use in this scenario? Or would be, you know, the first line treatment. I don't know, I'm kind of not thinking of I guess the best example off the top of my head, but if that at least gives you an idea of the type of stuff that we usually do. So it's really just like constant practice just to get like pattern recognition, and so it kind of gets you ready for your exams and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm tired, so I'm going home. Here we go. I guess. Alright, so let me introduce you guys to something known as Anki. For those of you who don't know, let me just go ahead and explain at least a bit of a synopsis of what Anki is. So one of the most important things you have to be able to get down in medical school is going to be space repetition. So you're handling, again, just a ton of material. So what you really have to be able to do is not just be able to learn and understand it, but you have to be able to store it for a long period of time. As of course, it's going to be things that's going to come up on step 1, step 2, it's going to come up. Ultimately, you'll need to know that for your career as a physician. One of the best ways to be able to really understand med school material and keep it in long term is via resources that allow you to do space repetition. But that pretty much usually exists in the form of stuff like flashcards. And what Anki is pretty much a flashcard sort of resource. So if you know something like Quizlet, for example, it's pretty much that on like another level. The deal with Anki is you'll get like a flashcard that'll give you some piece of information that you need to know and memorize. And then from there, what you can do is select that either it was easy for you to get that flashcard right, or to say good, or it was hard, or there's another button that'll say like again. So basically you'll get that card back in like another minute. So basically what it does is it kind of like shuffles your cards for you so that you're basically seeing certain cards over and over again, so you can really solidify that information that you need to remember. It'll literally sort it over the course of a long period of time, ranking all the way from whether you clicked again to clicking easy to clicking good to clicking hard. And so it'll just sort it in that way. It allows you to kind of basically review material whenever you need to be able to do that, to have that sort of long-term solidification. So a lot of medical students eat, breathe, sleep Anki. I like to think of it in this way. There's 2 types of medical students in this world: the ones who do Anki and the ones who don't really do Anki. I will go ahead and say I've really been the latter. I'm not much of an Anki person, but there is a reason why so many people love Anki so much. And I definitely want to start utilizing Anki a little bit as a resource so that I can use it for certain information that I have to review for step 1, because there's so much information from so many old courses. And a lot of these resources that give you practice questions, a lot of them, or at least I think some of them, have some sort of feature that allows you to connect flashcards that you're doing on Anki to practice questions that you're doing on those resources. So, for example, Amboss, I think, just put up a new feature that I haven't really tested just yet, but it lets you literally get Anki cards based off of the questions that you're doing on Amboss. And I should probably mention this too. There's one particular Anki deck, so like a huge, just gigantic card deck that most medical students like to use. It's known as Anking. So it literally just gives you a bunch of Anki cards that are all based off of information that you often find in a lot of different resources. And so it's very easy to kind of organize all of it. You can do particular cards that you want to do and like unsuspend them so that they're like in your deck, or just suspend them so you don't have to do them at the moment. So there's a lot of options that you can really have using Anki, and I definitely want to start to implement a little bit of that. And so I'm going to start using the Anki deck so I can really just review particular material that is maybe causing me to get certain review questions wrong from old topics. So definitely going to start implementing that. We're going to see how that goes, because like I said, I'm not really much of an Anki warrior like some of my classmates are. So let's see how that goes. All right, new day. Not too much going on. Into the anatomy lab today, so basically gonna go ahead and just practice a little bit of neuroanatomy. Probably not gonna be there for long at all. I guess for those of you guys who don't know how some of this stuff works, I don't think I ever explained it. In med school, you usually get the opportunity to really just be in the anatomy lab to practice looking at structures, getting an idea of at least basic anatomy, for different modules. So basically you go into the lab, and that's where you're able to see donor patients. So you're basically looking at live cadavers, which is basically allowing you to actually go and like see those different structures like on an actual human body, so you can get a better idea. Right now it's a neuroanatomy lab, so we're basically just getting the opportunity to like actually see the brain, see the different structures, kind of get used to that. We don't have a lab practical for our neuro module, but it's always good to just really be able to get a handle on it by like seeing it in person, because neuroanatomy, I can say firsthand, is a lot. I'm tired. Whew. There it is. Alright, I need some time to break this over. Some stuff coming in for the podcast. This is probably a good time in the vlog too, if this makes it to the final cut, to make sure to subscribe to the Less Than 3% podcast. Because, God willing, we have some really cool stuff coming. I'm excited for the next few episodes, and I have some great guests I think everybody's definitely going to enjoy. So make sure to go watch the podcast. All right, so what day is today?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Neuroanatomy lab section at 10.
Yep. I'm gonna switch hands. This is annoying. But yeah, neuroanatomy lab. Trying not to run late.
Right. Well, 9:42. We got some time.
All right. What's the neuro looking like? Because I haven't asked anybody that yet.
It's okay. I need to see what the first exam looks like.
Yeah.
Like what those questions look like first, and then I think I'll be okay.
Yeah, I got you. I feel like I'm hearing that from everybody. But
I look crazy carrying these.
look crazy. The first aid. Hey, show it off. Show it off. The med student starter pack.
She's going through it. She's going through it, but it's fine. The hardcover is probably heavier.
Yeah. No! Yes! Right, hold on. Here we go. All right. Week 3 neuro update. Week 3. What's going on? Tell me what's going on.
We just got a lab. Yeah, we on it. We locked in. Finally locked in.
How's let the people know, bro. How's it going so far?
It's going well, Just keep on studying, I guess. But almost done. Almost there.
Jenny
got something to say.
Did well.
Okay. I like the confidence. Alright, so I'll just be honest. Neuro is a lot. I don't know if you can tell. I'm very, very tired. I want to try to get a little bit more transparency with a lot of these vlogs, so I'm trying to see if I can vlog a couple of these moments. I'll just go ahead and say right now, I am very, very tired. Let me explain some things. I'm gonna walk as I talk as usual, and then we'll get to it. So the way neuro is being done is we basically have the entire thing broken up into 4 parts. So that means 4 different exams. Usually we have really just 1 exam for each module, so this is a little bit different. Another thing with that is the first exam is more so about like basic functional anatomy and physiology of the nervous system. So where everything is, where all the different tracks run, how everything works. But along with that, one of the things our class is kind of trying to figure out is just how much is going to be on this exam. Just because even just basic physiology of nervous system connects to so many different disciplines that it's kind of hard to keep track. And this past week, I feel like in the last few lectures we've had, we've just seen so many different pathologies that, it's kind of like, there's a lot of material to prepare for that I think can sometimes even extend a little bit beyond just basic anatomy and physiology. So there's definitely a lot to focus on, but praise God, I don't feel too worried. So
to the road, to the top, keep on growing, I don't stop. To the road, to the top, keep on growing, I don't stop. From the roof to the top, keep on growing, I don't stop. To the road, to the top, keep on growing, I don't stop.
that's a week.
Grow, keep on growing, grow. Yeah.
Alright, so let me give you guys an update. So I know I mentioned that neuro is broken up into 4 parts. So the thing with neuro is because of that we have 4 different exams. Another thing, our school typically does NBME exams, so that's just like National Board of Medical Examiners or something like that, I forget. But basically what that is I think it's the same people that make step 1. So usually a lot of medical schools like to use their questions for their exams. It's a little bit more similar, but we have 4 different NBMEs. The way neuro is being broken up is we have, this first exam is more like anatomy, physiology, maybe a little bit of histology, embryology, and maybe a tiny bit of path. Now a little bit of diseases sprinkled in there, but mostly just like basic structural, functional anatomy, stuff like that. Kind of feels like the whole class has been on a mad dash to figure out what exactly we need to know, because just the way we're having neuro broken up, I think tends to be a little bit different from a lot of like question banks and resources like to break their neuro sections up. So it's a lot of kind of jumping around, at least in terms of like doing practice questions and things like that. No, I don't feel too bad for this exam. We had our last TBL for this part of neuro, so that's like team-based learning. I think that's what it stands for. And so that pretty much wraps up all the class sessions for this first exam for neuro. So at this point, just gonna get to some other stuff. We're just gonna go ahead, just play instruments, maybe check up on some classmates. I mean, not much more I can do at this point, So, got one that goes well.
To the road, to the top, keep on growing, I don't stop. To the road, to the top, keep on growing, I don't stop. From the roof to the top, keep on growing, I don't stop. To the road, to the top, keep on growing, I don't stop. Keep on growing.
All right, game day. How you guys feeling?
It's whatever at this point. Yeah. It is what it is.
The first neuro exam.
First neuro.
We got chances.
Chances.
Nothing. We got 3 other chances.
How do you feel, James?
Yeah.
Nah, but in all seriousness, I feel all right. I'll be honest, I can't really prepare anymore. Got one as well as I can be, so I'll take it. Exam 1 in the books. So, post-exam, had the first neuro exam. It went all right, I think. I definitely think I did more than well enough to pass. I will say it's definitely not an easy exam. At least myself and like probably a good amount of my classmates felt similarly about the exam. So, I was the first of 4, so I feel all right about it. So at this point, we're getting back to another day of class and just putting some more work in, and then that one will be ready for the second one. That's in a few weeks. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and end the vlog here. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. If you're not subscribed to Less Than 3% Podcast, just go click it. It should be here. I don't know, I'll put it up there. Just go listen to the podcast. Subscribe if you're new. Hit notifications. Got one. We have a lot of great stuff coming. Share it with somebody if you're enjoying the content. The podcast, vlogs, all of it. And see you in the next one. It kind of sounds like the outro to the podcast, but that's crazy. And I haven't even gotten to drop some of the new episodes yet. And God willing, those are going to be a lot better. Stay tuned.